remember when we started?
Yes, sir.
When was that?
But I don't remember the date, but I do remember when you first came here with us.
Do you remember when I came over to the radio station?
Yeah, I remember when you first came to the radio station, too. Said you couldn't do it, and I put you on, made you work. Walked off and left you.
You did.
I'm good for stuff like that.
Well, I tell you, Joe, listen, honestly, you've been a big influence on my life, and
well, I hope so, honey.
you have. It's a good influence.
I hope I've done something right. Sometimes I don't think I've done anything right.
Tell me just a little bit about yourself, Joe.
Well, I came up here as a little old country boy like you came to me from down in Irwin, Tennessee. In 1946, I've been here ever since, so I think it's, 38 years or 39, going on 39, I guess, right now. Because the 9th of June, I went out on the tent show for Mr. Laird in 1946. And I've been here ever since. So,
your hometown is down in
Irwin, Tennessee, Unicoi County, right next to Asheville, North Carolina, and 15 miles on this side of Johnson City, Tennessee.
Well, now you all have a old Joe Clark Day down there.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, that's the first week in October. They have one in my name down there now. I used to attend it, but it got to where I couldn't make all these dates, so they have it in my honor and give some little boy or little girl the schooling, whatever you call them things, paper, I give them a certificate of old Joe Clark and sponsor them in college.
Well, now, let me ask you, Joe, how long have you had your real beard?
I've had this real beard since 1980.
So it's not but really the last 5 years then?
Yeah, just the last 5 years, that's it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I had, we lost one of our dearest friends here.
Yes, we did. We lost Jess Baker, one of the finest. He was just part of the barn. He was here when I came here, and he's just a part of it. And now whenever he left, it kind of took part of the spokes with him, but.
Well, tell me some of can you remember, of course there's so much good fond memories about Jess. Tell me something funny.
Well, it's the things, like here on the stage last year, you remember? He'd stand out there and pull comedy with me. He was with me when I went to Washington, D.C. and to New York and all, and he'd always tell about the things that I did, and he'd raise taters, and he'd put a big bunch of taters under a hill, and I thought I'd raised them, and he'd went to the store and bought them, and it'd weigh a pound a piece. And I told him, I said, well, you can have the rest of them, I'll just keep this one row, because I've got more taters than I need now, and that tickled him to death. But we won't forget him or Bob, either one.
Yeah, well,
Jess was a lovable person.
He was, yeah.
Yes, he was. Jess Baker was a buddy. He was more than a brother to us. He's a type of person that everybody wanted for a big brother, or if they was younger, they wanted him in the family as an uncle. Yeah. That's the kind of a feller he was. He is everybody's kinfolk.
Well, I kind of felt like I was like his brother when I, knew Jess. He was more like a brother to me.
Yeah, he was to all of us. Me and Jess, just brothers. That's all there was to it.
Well, Joe, listen, I appreciate you taking this opportunity, and I'm going to save this forever and ever.
Well, all right.
And thank you very much.
You're welcome, honey.
Ball players?
No, I ain't. I'm basketball.
You're a basketball? You don't play football? You ever thought about it?
No.
I tell you what, you got a good frame, are you? You're as big as Chuck is across your shoulders. Chuck, when do y'all start playing again?
We'll start practicing July.
Chuck, you're an usher down here in Fro, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been ushering down here?
For 2 years.
2 years? You like it pretty good?
Yes, it's all right. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Sure, now it's time to drive the car.
Turn around. You're getting a picture of you and Renfrew out. Huh? course, Terry, he's not the youngest. He's the oldest here. But Kathy, you've been down to Varness for a couple of years off and on, visiting with us, singing with us, and you're from over in Jackson County. And it's good to have you here. This is one of my friends. Of course, this fellow here, Terry Joe, I just taped your father, and listen, I really do appreciate your father. And of course, you're really going to follow in his footsteps, aren't you?
I'm trying. They're awful wide tracks, but I'm trying. Sometimes they go a lot of strange ways. I keep in them.
Well, listen,
he's a dandy.
He is. Oh, he's a dear father. And
I
like
love
you
him
said,
best.
you've got some big tracks. Are you going to pursue country music, bluegrass music?
If I can. I'm planning on it, yes. Staying with it.
Next, Marge and Davey Rhodes.
Marge and Davey.
Right.
Yeah, the road.
Well, you saw which way I was going, didn't you?
Yeah.
This is Marge over here.
You want me on that side?
This is
No,
Davey.
it's Marge and Davey. Okay.
Wait a minute, y'all got me confused.
I'm looking at it to see where Marge and Davey.
Marge and Davey. Listen, Marge, let me. Wait a minute.
Marge and Davey.
Oh, it's Marge and Davey. Okay. Well,
Hurry
okay.
up now.
Well, y'all got me confused right now. I don't know what I'm doing.
Are you? Is this have a machine on?
Yeah, I do have.
Oh. Well, Charlie, it's so good to work with you here at the
Yes, it
Valley.
is.
I'm telling you.
We love
You're
Renfro
really
Valley.
entertaining.
Well, listen, down here at Renfro Valley, of course, y'all been with us, what, 2 years now?
This is our third year.
Isn't this a place where you really love the people?
Oh, it's just wonderful. So many great entertainers here.
One big family.
In
Really,
fact,
we
the
feel
Valley,
that way.
the Valley is magic. We think there's something magic about this place.
Well, y'all are part of the magic. That's the good part. And y'all come from what part of the country?
We drive from Nashville, Tennessee every weekend, which is 200 miles here and 200 miles back.
But we're from Muhlenberg County, Kentucky.
Right?
Muhlenberg County, where the song,
Daddy, won't you take me back?
Muhlenberg County. Do y'all ever do this song?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my child, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has called it away.
That's all you get, Charlie.
Yeah, we
That's
do.
good.
We do it sometimes.
I'd like to hear a little of that other harmony if we get those other girls up here. Y'all really harmonize so
Oh,
well.
the quartet?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, our new
pretty.
quartet.
Charlie, what's that growth coming out of your eye? This big black thing.
It's probably the devil.
Listen, Charlie's dangerous. Stay away from him.
Yeah, I am.
We're looking forward to working with you this Friday night at Burksville, Kentucky.
Right, and I'm looking forward just to getting out and going down there.
I know it. They're great people up there. We've been up there before.
Marge and Davey, I thank you so much.
Thank you,
You're
Charlie.
welcome. Thank you, Charlie.
Why don't you do that on stage? Me.
B. Lucas is B. Lucas is our Romeo.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Is this thing on?
this is on. Yeah, I'm getting some good stuff right now.
Charlie's spent nice visiting with you down here.
It is. Vester going over and staying with B there. B is our fiddler down here at Renfro Valley.
And this is a
Don't
band
do to him what you did to me.
steel guitar playing.
Vester Parker, how are you tonight?
Fine.
You guys, now listen, honestly, now I'm taping this just for myself and to keep forever. You guys really are truly as good at entertainers as I've ever seen or heard. And tonight's show was so good. It was so-
You're just saying that, Charlie, because it's true.
And Vester, do you still have plenty of good layaway plans?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Vester is the funeral home director over
Has he got a good
Berea.
layaway plan?
Yeah. They said that people are just dying to get in.
Yeah.
Vester didn't smile real big on that. Vester, are you going to say anything?
No, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let B talk for him.
Are you? Well, I'm going to get a good close-up of Vester here.
Yeah.
If I had your numbers, I'd put your serial numbers across the top of your forehead there.
Well, I don't have any.
Have you met
Have you met me?
Margie?
They've met me. I'm not
Yeah.
Margie.
Debbie.
Yeah.
Debbie Rhodes.
Yeah.
The singingest little girl in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Or Kentucky either.
I really like working with these fellas.
They really
They're
nice.
true professionals.
They really are. And listen, thank you both. I know y'all on a break right now, so thank you for coming up, okay? Now, you really aren't going to the girls' dressing room, are you, Kurt?
Let me get my britches down.
He always
Huh?
does.
Yeah, she'll always use the girl.
Oh, get over that corner right there, Grady.
He always goes to that one in there.
Right.
When you say that one in there, you're pointing. We are in the girls' dressing room.
Yeah.
Do you know I got caught up here one night with Betty Lynn, and I was trying to fix her dress,
Just fiddling around with
and
it.
the zipper wouldn't zip.
He was fiddling around.
Yeah.
That's what he told me, but I didn't believe it.
Kurt, now you're from where?
Oak Ridge, Kingston, Tennessee.
Out of Kingston. How long have you been coming down here, Kurt?
13 years, the 14th of July.
13 years. And how long does it take you to drive down here?
Takes me 3 hours. 143 miles one way.
I ain't throw her off that far.
And Grady, before I go back to Kurt, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Tell me how you got started down here.
Well, I guess running tour buses up here, bringing tour groups. Our company that I drive bus for started running tour groups here years ago. I got interested in it. I've always had a feeling and a love for Renfro Valley since I was a small kid, really. And just always wanted to be here and be part of it. And I got to talking to Mr. John Laird here one weekend. And I had a bluegrass gospel group, the Jordan River Boys. He said, just bring them on and I'll put you on. So I kept coming back. I'm still here.
Well, the thing about it is, of course, Kurt, he can tell you this. Kurt is kind of a family down here, isn't he?
That's all it is, family.
It's one of the first things I found out.
If it wasn't a family, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm proud to be part of it.
And that's the only reason we're here, is because we love one another.
Now, Kurt, I'm fixing this video for my own personal use, and so I can have something of all of you. And I've got a real good close-up of you right now. We lost Jesse this week, and this is, of course, June 1985.
Right.
And we lost Jesse this week. Would you like to have some things you'd like to say here for me?
Well, it's just one of them things that everybody's going.
But wasn't he one of the best friends we had down here?
Jess was one of the best friends, Jess and Bob both. Because I thought the world of both of them boys. Sure hated to hear about Jess. But we know it was, but we didn't know when.
Yeah.
But when it did, tore all those up, I was going to tell you. Down here, buddy, it hurt.
Yeah, we all went through his funeral. And we had the thing on the radio, and everybody seemed to really like the fact that we had some laughs, because Jess was the type of fellow to laugh with.
Oh yeah.
But I thought the funniest thing that I ever heard Jess talk about on the stage. One night was all out there, and some of them said something about nobody never played with Bob and Jess except me. And Bob turned around one night, or Jess did, and somebody said something to him. Jess said, Kurt's the only one's got nerve enough to play with. And I thought that was funny from Jess, because he's always that way. That was Jess. And I was the only one that had nerve enough to play with.
Grady, what's your remembrances of Jess and Bob? Of course, Bob's still with us, but...
Yeah, Charlie really, I think about it when I pull in the driveway up here to come into the old barn, because for every trip that I made into this place, Bob and Jess both would stand out here, either at the car or leaning on the old rail at the porch, greeting everybody, every one of the members that came in. They was the first two you saw here when you pulled into life. And I know my partner Dave, he'd always say, well, nobody else here, Bob and Jess will be here, I'll guarantee you that. And that little blue car would be sitting out here, and old big Jess would be either standing beside of it or sitting in the car waiting for you, or hanging on the porch rail. And he'd always make a joke about our ties. Me and Dave wore that little bow tie. Jeff said, I reckon you're going to have them things on everybody here, are you? I said, well, you're next.
Daddy.
Well, listen, I thank you both for coming up here and taking your time out. Kurt Caldwell and Grady.
It's been a pleasure, Charlie.
Appreciate it.
Charlie,
Thank you for doing all this.
While you're here, I tell you the funniest thing was, Grady tell you about what Jess said the last night that Jess was here.
When he came across the stage, the show was going on, and you know how big he was. He came walking across the stage there, just like he owned the place, sure enough. And I was sitting about middle ways. I reached up to shake hands with him. He grabbed me, and he was laughing from ear to ear. I said, big boy, where are you going? And he said, anywhere I want to. He just kept going. I thought I was laughing. He just came on the stage just laughing.
Anywhere he wanted to go.
I said, big boy, where you
He was
going?
dandy.
Anywhere I want to.
Never beat another Jess and Bob.
Yeah,
Never
they always had time for everybody.
Right.
Those guys they're solid.
They're real.
Come. They're
Well, you guys are the same way. You're the same way. You're the same blood and everything. So
Charlie, you said it's always taken a special type person inside to do what we do. We devote, I guess, 90% of our time to what we're doing. The simple reason we love it.
Yeah.
We love
Have to.
John Lair, we love Renfro Valley. Everybody that's has anything to do with it.
Just like I say, I've been here soon be 13 years, and me and wife's counting up here a little while back, and I think I've missed 6 days, 6 nights.
And you were sick then?
I was sick in the hospital and couldn't get here. The only reason I missed them
Okay.
6 for 13 years.
Well, listen, thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you,
All you've done.
Glenn,
You got that long, I will shoot you.
are you tinkling?
I'm gonna kill is what I'm gonna do. Come on, Charlie, I will never forgive you as long as
Well, it's not on.
key
Look at them over there, posing.
It's not on.
Good.
This is 2 more of my friends here. Red, how are you?
Well,
Well, I thought you was going to say something. Well, and your wife Sharon,
Right.
and won't you all tell me just a little brief something about yourself here for my camera? How long have you been here at Renfro Valley, Red?
9 years.
How'd you get into music, as far as Renfro Valley was concerned?
By being patient. Coming down here and standing on the back step, aggravating until they put me on.
Where did you learn to pick so good at? Who was your teacher?
I didn't have a teacher.
You just learned yourself?
Yeah. Sure wrote about catalog.
And Sharon, tell me, how long have you been here? About a year?
Right.
And you like it down here pretty good?
Love it. My main thing is square dance calling, but
You know what surprised me about you, Sharon?
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, I'm going to tell you that you know, I hadn't heard you sing at all for a long time down here. Suddenly one night you went out there and started singing just like a songbird, and that really surprised me. You sing real well.
Well, I appreciate that.
You do a lot
I was
for
afraid-
you do a lot for Red.
I was afraid you were going to say something bad on it.
She really does a lot for you, Red.
Well, yeah.
We won't talk about that.
I was talking about there on the stage there a while ago. Said you had rackets. Do y'all have them rackets or rickets?
Ricketts, most of them.
Listen, thank you all for coming up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nervous standing by myself.
You got me.
Now I know, but you're over there and I'm over here.
Susan, you've been here for how many years now?
5 years.
5 years, and you know, what I like about you is that you're very attractive to start with, and then you sing so pretty, and you're a school teacher. All those things kind of
We gotta stick together.
got to stick together. But now you have really plans of doing something beside teaching, don't you?
Yeah, I'm doing anything besides teaching. I'm not like you, Charlie. You're very happy with your job and you're an excellent teacher, but I don't think it's for me anymore.
Are you going to pursue singing all that?
I'd like to, but you know, wherever opportunity knocks, if it's the ditch digger, I'll have to go with it.
Get the old shovel. Who's breathing heavy behind my neck?
Debbie Hot Roads.
Debbie.
Debbie Hot Roads. This lady from Debbie Hot Roads, she's got this fella that she won't tell Mama about, but we're telling Mama now.
I wasn't objecting. Oh.
I ain't gonna touch that the tip of the tongue.
Me neither. Forget it.
How many leaves she gonna do, Debbie?
No, this is the 3rd time I've been on.
So now you know.
I wouldn't have invited you over here if I knew you'd already been on. You're still on that show, Deb.
Okay, now let's go on with. See, we were talking about your career following music.
I did while Red and Sharon were
Who do you come down here with?
Koi critic.
You don't come with him. You bring him, don't you?
Yes, that's right. Poor choice of word there. Yes, good old Koi. I don't know what I do without him. He's something else.
He really is. He's another one of them. And you know, of course, we lost Jesse, and we all love Jesse a lot. You came down to his funeral, and
Very sad thing. So you know, it hasn't sunk into me. I can't believe it. You know, I keep expecting to see him.
It made me lonely coming down here to see he wasn't out there. Like I knew he would not be out there no more. And it kind of bothered me to know that he would not be out there no more.
Yeah, did me too. I feel sorry for Bob. His sake.
Well, do you have any things you'd like to say to me at this time? Because I'm keeping this.
Well, I don't know, Charlie. I like to tell America that you're the best friend a person could ever have. You're there when people need you, and you're sincere.
Well, you are too, and you've always got my confidence. Okay.
I know. I don't have any. You've got it all. Thank you, Charlie.
Bye.